So, Doomfist launched today, okay? July 27th, 2017. Doomfist has finally launched, and already people are complaining and bitching about, oh, he's so hard to play, oh my god, oh my god. I'm gonna tell you, you're wrong, and I'm gonna show you how to properly play Doomfist and contribute and not get your asshole smashed. Doomfist has 6 primary abilities, as you can see. Hand Cannon, Seismic Slam, Rising Uppercut, Rocket Punch, the best defense, and his ultimate is the Meteor Strike, which is way too powerful for its own good right now. Now, the one that matters the most is the best defense, and I am going to show you why. Doomfist's most powerful ability by far is definitely the best defense. The reason is because every time he uses an ability and does damage with it, excluding the hand cannon, he gains a small shield based on how much damage he dealt. In order to better explain exactly what I'm talking about and how it works into an actual combat encounter, I'm going to show you a series of my own encounters recorded in a private skirmish to show you how to deal with all different sorts and types of situations. Okay, see how I climbed up on top of this rock? That is critical when playing Doomfist. You need a vantage point or your abilities are nowhere near as effective as they could be. Now, the reason why your abilities won't be anywhere near as effective is because the longer you're in the air with a Seismic Slam, the more damage you do when you hit the ground. And that translates to a bigger barrier being generated around you based on the damage that your abilities do. Here's an example. Check out this Seismic Slam at Lucio. I took some damage on the way over there, but right before I slammed the ground, my HP is at 309. And that's with a decent barrier already there. So, check this shit out. After using Seismic Slam, Rocket Punch, and Rising Uppercut, you can take a look at my HP and see that it went all the way up to 379 just based off of those 3 attacks. With a max HP of 389, I might add. This tiny little ability can make Doomfist virtually unfucking stoppable if you really know how to balance it, while taking your ability cooldowns into consideration. Now that we've covered why his passive skill is so special, we're going to move on to ability combos. Doomfist's most effective ability combo right now is a 3-hit run, and it's pretty easy to grasp. Seismic Slam, Rising Uppercut, Rocket Punch. However, his combat abilities are pretty versatile, so you can kind of twist them and turn them whichever way you choose. But just to make sure everyone gets the gist of what I'm talking about, why don't we watch and see what it looks like to get Doomfisted. This right here is the base combo in a nutshell. It deals an incredible amount of damage based on how much airtime your Seismic Slam has and how charged your Rocket Punch was. Since we're talking about Seismic Slam, be warned it is incredibly easy to overestimate your Seismic Slam lunge. You can end up behind your target instead of in front of him, kind of like that one right there. That's why it's a good idea to use Seismic Slam from a vantage point, or if you're already in the air, like right there, because in that instance it's just an accurate lunge to a specific point. Also, keep in mind that Doomfist's abilities cannot alt stop, unless you kill your target. A big part of playing Doomfist is strategic movement, and the reason why is because once all of his abilities are on cooldown, he's virtually defenseless, save for his hand cannon of course, which fires a small yet very widespread slug in sets of 4. It also reloads on its own, so you definitely need to take that into consideration before charging into combat, because it is very powerful and it can be your last line of defense, in the event that it's fucking loaded. Now, back to strategic movement. Doomfist bobs and weaves through combat, eliminating in sets of combos, but without his abilities, he's virtually useless. A lot of Overwatch heroes can take a pretty significant amount of damage, but Doomfist doesn't really fall into that category simply because once he's actually on cooldown for all of his abilities, he can't do anything. Therefore, there's no resisting force. If someone's shooting you, they're just going to keep going. They're not going to stop because they have no reason to. You can't fight back. However, his cooldowns are very, very fast, clocking in with Rocket Punch at 4 seconds, Rising Uppercut at 7, and Seismic Slam at 8. That being said, it's an incredibly bad idea to stay out in combat or exposed for too long. Being a melee-based character, Doomfist relies on obstacles within the game world to shield him from incoming fire. Again, as I mentioned earlier, all of your abilities provide a small temporary shield over top of you, and even though it drains on its own over time, it's still a wise idea to hide and, not get shot so that way it doesn't drain faster. Doomfist packs a lot of punch, but if you're not careful, you can get smashed real fucking fast. So, now that we're done with that, we're gonna move on to the last part of this video. Meteor Strike. The incredibly over-fucking powered ultimate. Now, this one's kind of a bad example, but it's more or less just to show you what it does. Doomfist jumps super high up in the air and comes slamming down to the ground, dealing a metric fuck ton of damage to anyone directly under him, aka this McCree. However, Meteor Strike is not without its faults. When you launch yourself up in the air, that blue ring right there, the small one, that dictates the kill zone. Everyone else is just gonna laugh and then shoot you in the mouth. So you definitely want to be conservative with your Meteor Strike and make sure that you aim it very well, because if not, it's just gonna end up like McCree's Deadeye. worthless in 98% of situations. In closing, that pretty much sums up Doomfist's character sheet. He's a damage class at heart with incredibly powerful melee abilities that can kill a target within 3 hits. But he does have his fair share of problems. I've given you guys the basics, now it's your turn to go out and play and experience Doomfist for what he is. He's a 6-foot, razor-sharp, rocket-propelled dildo fist of death if you really know how to use him. And if you don't know how to use him, well, I guess you might just end up like this.